He's an award-winning actor, and he was most recently on the HBO series Westworld, and now he's in the film 86 Melrose Avenue. I'm, of course, speaking of my friend Gregory Zarian, whom I love, and congratulations on that Westworld series, and now you've moved on to 86 Melrose Avenue. I would call that a thriller, what you're about to get into here. Hi, Gregory.
Hi, Carlos. First of all, if you could call me every day and say that, that'd be great. Thanks.
Happy to do that.
You know,
my own cameo to you.
Touche. You know, it is a thriller. It's a hostage thriller, and it is a thrill ride. And you know, here's what this movie does. It makes you think about your mortality. It makes you think, are there things in my life that I have to fix? Are there things that I didn't do? Oh my God, what just happened? And you are faced with a moment of, am I going to live or am I going to die? Because the movie's about a ex-Marine that is suffering from PTSD. He storms an art gallery and he takes all the guests hostage. And it is a ride, and it's an experience. And the best comments that I have received from people that saw it during the festival run, which, yeah, we kind of did really great, were people changed things in their lives. People made phone calls to people they hadn't talked to. People started speaking up about their mental illness issues, and people started doing things differently. Because what would you do if you have this much time?
You know, we've been facing the pandemic and then all these mass shootings and all the horrible things that we hear about in the news that are just so heart-wrenching and gut-wrenching. And we realize that people do go through this, and to see it portrayed in a film might make people think twice about their life and what they're doing with it, right?
You know what? I hope so. You know, here's what I really want to say about, first and foremost, the cast. We dove into this pool of PTSD and facing our mortality. And it is 10 people that met, and 10 people, because the director, Lily Mata, filmed it in chronological order. So everything in regards to the character Travis storming the art gallery, we shot it in perfect sequence. So the characters and the actors that were like, yeah, we're at an art gallery, to seeing people emotionally break is palpable. And my favorite thing about this movie is it's opening up conversation for us. Yeah. You know, we are now, I believe, as you brought up what we've been through in the past year and a half, I believe that we are all suffering from some type of PTSD.
Yeah, absolutely.
Living our lives, and then boom, we're stopped.
Yeah. So tell me about the table read. When you all got together and started reading the script, I know you read it, you get the script and you read it by yourself, but then when you sit down with your fellow actors and everybody gets a chance to read through their lines, what was that experience like?
That's a great question. The experience, I think, you know, you're figuring people out. You know, one of the actors, Jessica Risco, was on a Zoom from San Francisco because she wasn't able to come down. You're checking each other out. You're looking at each other. You're saying what it's about. But here's what I want to say in regards to the casting process. You know, whenever an actor goes into an audition and you are paired up with somebody, my invitation to you is be fearless with it, because the gentleman I auditioned with and the young lady that I auditioned with, we were the top leads. We're the 3 leads.
Everybody up!
You don't have to do this.
And we went in telling this story, and I remember walking in holding the girl Stassi, who plays Nadia, holding her, because in the audition we're held at gunpoint. And it was being fearless and present and palpable. And as soon as we walked out, we're like, you know what, if anything, we told a great story for what that was. And then a week later, we were hired. You know, a lot of people think, oh, I can redo my audition. Be fearless and present, because that audition changed my life, changed my career, and it opened up my understanding more. Not that I was never present with it, but it now allows me to ask more questions about PTSD, about mental illness. Just like, you know, last year when we talked about Venice, the series, and bullying. We are a conversation waiting to happen. So why not just talk more about things that are really important?
You know, it's interesting, and the reason I ask that question is because there is a self-exploration that goes on when you take on a role like this, and you start asking questions of yourself and what this all means to you, and then how to transfer that to the screen and to get what the director is envisioning for that particular scene or that particular film, and you do such a great job with that, and it comes through so authentically. And that's why Gregory Zarian is a must-watch actor in any piece that you work in, because I think that authenticity comes through the screen like that, Gregory.
Carl, look, if you could call me every day and say that again too, that'd be fantastic. You know, here's what I want to thank you for that. But the one thing that I just want to say about these 10 people that I was in an art gallery with for a week. I would do anything for any of those people, because when you are in a situation and you are acting as if you are held at gunpoint by a man that could possibly take your life, you are in it for these people. And it is a privilege to be part of that story with them. And hats off to Lily Mata, the writer and the director. She took personal experiences from living in Lebanon to being here in this country. And, you know, outside of all of it, Carlos, as well, she deals with culture clash. I play an Israeli. The lead actress plays a woman from Lebanon, and the cultures are enemies. They are enemies. What would you do if the person laying next to you and you were both being held at gunpoint? Would you think about being enemies, or would you try to save each other? And that's the great thing about this movie. You ask questions that are poignant, and hopefully you will walk out and you will look at your life and go, yeah, I got to make some phone calls. Yeah, I have to dive inside. And yes, I need to get involved and make a difference.
Well, the film is called 86 Melrose Avenue. It's a must-see. Gregory Zarian is terrific in it. Thank you so much for being with us. It's available on video on demand everywhere, so be looking for it. And Gregory, it's always such a pleasure to talk with you.
Carlos, can I ask you one last question?
Sure.
Am I still your favorite twin?
Of course.
But don't tell Lawrence.
Do not tell Lawrence. Every time you say that to Lawrence, he gets
But the clean-shaven twin. I will be your favorite.
Yes, yeah. You look more like him with the clean-shaven look, yeah. Be well, my friend.
Take care. Thank you,
My best to
Carlos.
your family. Take care.
You too.